Hello, everyone. Just letting you know that Hypersonic appears, so not sure how it will look on today's monitors and refresh rates and all that, but you know how he is, so if you're photosensitive, just be a little bit warned. I try to avoid it. I try to avoid using him, so.
Thank you for being more conscientious of people than Brad Bird was, Ryan, so thank you.
Who?
The director of the Incredibles movies. In Incredibles 2, there's a scene where Mrs. Incredible is going after the bad guy, and he has this like secret hideout with a bunch of like flashing computer screens, and they're like actually flashing to the point where it gave me a headache. And normally this stuff doesn't
we
bother
saw
me.
that in theaters like at too many games a couple of years ago, and it's like, man, this was a mistake.
How did they get away with that? Normally Disney is on top of that kind of shit because they don't want any bad press about anything.
On the subject of hypersonic, though, one of the cool things Sonic 3 Air does is it has hypersonic sort of fade through his colors rather than rapidly flashing through.
Yeah.
Except for like the ending screen where, like, for some reason his credits sprite flashes through the way it would have in the original. Kind of an oversight, I guess. But
well, you got to give them one, Caesar.
But like, you can actually,
growth, you
can actually include hypersonic in your playthroughs now without having to flash a warning on screen.
I also believe they toned down the opacity of the flash whenever you're doing like the mid-air dash, basically.
They might have, yeah. I always forget that hypersonic. I always forget that hypersonic even has that move, which is weird because it's like a really good move. It's an omnidirectional air dash. Come on, but like,
yeah. But it's also how you're going to run into most of Robotnik's diabolical traps.
Are you saying that the programmers didn't account for being able to phase through objects? No.
Well, you're not supposed to be able to phase through objects.
It's due to the loading zones.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that you give players a tool that robust and it's going to cause glitches. That's just part of the deal.
I think it probably works better in air than it does in that, though. Now I know where another ring is.
Yay.
I'm learning like
I know too, and I'm going to forget about it after this commentary is over.
I'm learning like where all the flying battery rings are.
I wonder how many people are like, oh man, I found this ring. This game has so much exploration, and they find the same ring every single game. That's me, because that's me every time I play anything.
That's kind of that was kind of a point I was going to bring in like 2 parts ago. Like I think a reason why folks make a big deal out of discovering new things in a game that they've been playing for years is because I think most of the time when they're playing the game, they're just playing the game the same way each and every single time.
Yeah, that's generally.
And I know that makes that sounds like dull on paper, but for some, it's a matter of being comfortable.
I mean,
there's 2 sides to that
How many
coin.
times have you played Pokemon and always picked the same starter and always caught the same Pokemon? Because for me, that was most of the time I played the game growing up.
I mean, for Pokemon, for me, it's just one of those. Fire type is almost always the best choice, considering there's always fewer fire types than there are grass and water types. So.
When it comes to catching Pokemon in Pokemon, there aren't that many to catch until later, so the variety in your playthrough is always going to be a bit backloaded. But like, okay, there's 2 sides to the exploration question when it comes to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The levels are big, yeah, and there are a lot of secrets that are spread out, and that makes it easy to miss them, but it also makes the process of deliberately exploring the level top to bottom itself not really all that much of an exercise. So when you're finding these secrets, you're finding them on that occasion when you play through the game and decide to explore a different route on your way through.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. It's like, how often, though, will you go outside of the beaten pathway in terms of your muscle memory?
Well, that's going to vary from player to player, but my point is, you're not...
No, I want everyone to be like me.
My point is, when you're exploring these levels, you're not exploring them with the same methodology that you'd be exploring a level in a slower-paced game. Like, if you're exploring a Metroidvania, for example, you're meticulously, like, shooting up all the walls. And,
unless you're David Jaffe.
Like, not moving... unless you're... Yeah.
Low blow.
No, he deserves it.
Like, I'm not saying he doesn't.
My point is,
that's low-hanging fruit.
My point is, you're going room by room and deliberately exploring every inch of the place in order, whereas in a Sonic game, you're more likely to explore it piecemeal, playthrough by playthrough.
You can't really explore a Sonic game the way you do other games because
there's
so many I'm not going to say they're points of no return, but they're functionally points of no return if you're not like someone so entrenched in the game that you know how to like get to places you theoretically quotation marks shouldn't be able to get to.
I would argue that depends on the Sonic game.
Like I would say like here, like you went through this thing here, you cannot get back down, you know?
Yeah,
So
well,
if you didn't go the top route back then, you can't get anything that was on the, like if you went the top route, everything on the bottom route you cannot get anymore. You know, unless if there's like some glitch or Tails or Knuckles trick to get down there that I don't know. You know, like,
It's like-
theoretically,
it's-
like if you're playing the game quotation marks normally, there's a lot of stuff that you will miss, and then once you hit a certain point, going back to try to find them is just not an option anymore.
Yeah.
So Sonic, the way it's designed is doesn't let you find everything on one go, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because that's not really the game. Sonic
They
would
do want
be
you to
less
keep
fun
moving.
if
Yeah, you gotta have a reason to keep
That's
coming
why
back.
Sonic CD I don't find is as much fun because the game does want you to explore the entire level and find everything all in one go, and it's just not as much fun because Sonic isn't really built that way to me. And
Well, it kind of, in Sonic CD's case, it kind of slightly balances out by the fact that find everything in one go isn't as demanding a process because there's like 2 everythings. In
yeah,
every
but you
level.
also the game also gives you more options, so it's easier to miss stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you are in the past, for example, and the robot thingy is in the future, it's just like, well, you missed
Well,
it, and you
no,
wouldn't know
because,
that
like,
No, all the
no,
robot
the-
things are in the past.
All,
but-
all the things are in the past.
Oh, they
so if
are
you're in
all
the
in the
future,
past? Okay.
in the future, you're just wasting time.
I think
Why-
a better
yeah,
example
so
is if you
why is the
get the
future even
pass
there?
sign.
The future is like if it's bad future, everything is destroyed. If it's good future, all the robots are gone, and it's just easier to get through the level. So
What
like,
was Clement saying? Hold on. What was Clement saying?
I think a better example would be if you get the pass sign and you fail to build the momentum to go to the past, you've lost that opportunity.
or if the collision detection just screws you over, which it will.
Yeah.
Either way, you're still losing the opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Sonic 3 Air, this laser fires off so much faster.
You want to do something,
This is
Robotnik?
He's trying, all right.
This is just this. I legit. This is a sequence that it just gets worse for me the more I play it. It's like I hate this part.
I mean, if he didn't make his robot out of the grabby hand from his little like grabber toy machine from his arcade, he might be able to hit you.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
This is the most
Sorry, it's like-
adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog moment in all of Genesis Sonic.
It's like waiting for Chaos 4 to show its weak point.
Is that the one on the pond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
one sucks.
The worst one, like the worst boss in the game, you also have to play it 3 times.
No.
Oh, I've killed myself there a lot. Trying to go up, I can't make it, and then I
And then you
run
zoom
down
backwards.
and die. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not like this particular like Crusher Trap sequence is like it seems like it seems like at first glance it should be easy, but it's timed to a point where if you're not careful, the physics themselves can screw you over and put you in a bad place. So you do have to sort of put some effort into it, which is good. It's less of a glorified cutscene than the sequence immediately before it in any case. Oh.
Hey,
I'm
look,
not
it's
quite
Egg
sure what
Robo.
happened there.
You don't want to get hit during this boss if you can help it. By the way,
Oh, that's
like-
another change set. I think the 3 complete and air make it actually Egg Robo and Knuckles portion.
Wait, hold on.
yeah,
Why does this boss have testicles?
I don't know,
It's gotta be able to breathe fire.
but like
Oh, they
Like,
even like put a little head at the top of the fire spout. They knew what they were doing.
serious answer. They're fuel tanks for the flamethrower, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but-
okay,
Yeah, shaped like testicles.
but like, yeah, in the Knuckles run, Eggman appears here instead of Egg Robo. As I think it was specifically it was a glitch. So
It was, I think, a sprite they
It
forgot
was
to recolor.
Yeah, they just didn't make a sprite for it.
Oh.
That's what it was because it's technically a different Eggman sprite on the bottom.
Whereas
If I
they can
remember-
just put the Eggman sprite from the ship on everything.
oh wait,
else.
if I remember correctly, Eggman like there wasn't supposed to be a boss here. I think. In
Why do you
Knuckles'
think that?
run. Well, there was at least one level where there wasn't supposed to be a boss. Oh, no. What I remember is Knuckles was supposed to skip Flying Battery entirely. That's what it was.
Did he get a level to replace it, or
No, he was... Because the original order was Carnival Night, Flying Battery, Ice Cap. and Knuckles' little secret exit from Carnival Night was supposed to take him directly to Ice Cap. That was the original plan. But because they reordered the levels and put Flying Battery somewhere else, they wound up... And because they sort of split the game in two, and now they suddenly needed all the levels that they could get for Knuckles and Sonic and Knuckles standalone, they couldn't exactly skip Flying Battery, so it was sort of I guess, relatively a rush job to put him into that level.
That's the way I always took it. It might have been just like a last minute thing.
You see, that always makes me think of the Knuckles playthrough and how, like, Carnival Night goes by so quickly and you don't actually fight a boss there.
Also, Flying Battery has, like, no Knuckles exclusive areas in it, which is another telling sign. But like,
how often do you guys go and play back through the Knuckles playthrough of this game? Like, are you always playing as Sonic, or do you ever go back as Knuckles?
I'm always playing as Sonic, and like, if I'm feeling like I feel like it, I'll go back as Knuckles. I don't enjoy the Knuckles playthrough as much as Sonic.
I used to play as Knuckles a lot when I was a kid, because I was a kid in the 90s. We all found Knuckles cool for some reason. But like...
He's the Piccolo of the series until Vegeta shows up.
Yeah. But I don't
Sonic,
go back...
You don't chuckle.
I don't go back and play the Knuckles run in Sonic 3 and Knuckles often now, but sometimes I do. At the same time, these days I just kind of appreciate the versatility of the elemental shields more than the glide. So I tend to favor
that's how
Sonic.
you know you're old, where you think that having these temporary shields that only show up some of the time is cooler than being able to fucking fly. Okay.
Well, the thing is, like flying and climbing is great specifically for exploration, but there are also abilities that slow you down, like just by design. When you glide, your momentum slows. You climb very slowly. It's fun for exploring the levels, as I say, but with the elemental shields, when you have the elemental shields and even the insta shield, you can work them into your speed play. So when you're used to the game, like we are... Oh, she almost died again. That would have been an embarrassing return to the level. But you can work them into your speed play more, you know? It's especially cool in like Sonic 3 Air, where you can unlock the drop dash as an additional move on top of all of that. Which brings me to a cool thing that Air does with the shields. There's an optional mode in the options menu. Options are cool. Where you can have the normal shield as part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And you can also set it so that the shield upgrades, so that all the shield monitors are normal shields until you get a normal shield, and then the next shield monitor you get will be an elemental shield.
Yeah, that's what I need. Ghost and Goblin mechanics.
It also has a cool additional quirk where if you lose, let's say, the fire shield or the lightning shield in water, it will revert to the normal shield instead of just going away entirely. So I thought that was a nice little option to have in there.
You see, what Sonic needs in order to be a truly great game is for when you're out of rings to be wearing your underwear. That would make the game better.
That's more than Sonic is wearing normally.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd be adding clothes at that point. He's already
maybe he shouldn't be running around naked.
No, he takes off his shoes.
Oh,
no, we got Ghosts and Goblins, Sally Acorn. You know, when she's in full armor, she's got her vest. When she's not, she's just wearing her shoes. And then she dies.
Why do the women in Sonic need to wear clothes? But
I don't know. It was a quirk of Sad-Am in the early comics, I think, where like in the first season
Amy
she just
wears a dress.
Well, yeah, but that's because that's more like a matter of her being like the stereotypical cute girl, and she likes to wear cute things. In Amy's case, it was just weird because she goes through the first season of Sad-Am just wearing shoes.
Amy's in Sad-Am?
Yeah. Amy. Sally.
Sally.
You said it.
Yeah.
That's like the reverse dub.
We found the writer of the Sonic CD manual.
Okay, so like in Sally's case, it's a bit weird because she goes through season 1 of Sad-Am without anything on except for like shoes. But then
yeah, sure. She's just as naked as Sonic.
But then season 2 happens and introduces her vest as abruptly as it introduces Dulcie. So where did Dulcie come from anyway? She's introduced out of nowhere in the comics too. She's just there, and
trying to fill out the roster.
You want to know? I think it was a cartoon made for 8-year-olds, and they didn't think anyone would care.
no, but here's the thing, okay? The SatAM cartoon mostly has decent continuity between episodes, but like the comics, which were released around the same time, which were definitely written for 8-year-olds at this point, just spontaneously introduced Dulcie at the beginning of one issue with like a splash page and a cutesy happy little "here's Dulcie, she's a dragon" page, and then like I guess editors wanted Dulcie to be in the cartoon too, so Dulcie is just kind of there at the beginning of season 2, and the characters act like she's always been there. It's very, very, very strange.
I just think because it was a cartoon made for kids, it's like there's no such thing as a myth arc or a continuity.
Yeah, but it's like so out of character for that particular series that it just sticks out, you know.
Yeah, but what was Sonic's character though around that time? SatAM was out there.
Not any particular character's character. I mean, like it's a strange move for those writers in that particular series because they're usually pretty good about making it feel unified. But then suddenly Dulcie, it's like the one time it does anything like that.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched SatAM since the 90s, so I have no idea.
Nah, I need to rewatch my DVD of that. I have the like Walmart DVD over here with like the fan art on the cover and everything.
Oh, old DVDs for cartoons suck because you'll get a DVD with like 4 episodes and they're not even guaranteed to be in order.
This was one of the rare exceptions because it was like a celebratory re-release of the entire series in a 2-disc set, and like the cover, while cheaply made, is all like covered in fan art drawn by people who really liked the show. Why are you luring
probably
it
didn't get the
over?
permission for that artist though.
Why are you luring it over? This is the slowest way to beat this boss.
Yeah, but it's funny.
I feel like it. Yeah.
I mean,
Come on. Oh,
yeah.
you can do it. You can do it. I'm just in front of you. Come on,
Also,
you can do it.
I think in Sonic 3 Air, they extended the amount of distance that this guy slides when you hit him in the face and knock him back.
Yeah, he goes like twice as
Oh,
fast.
the sand bath is so comfortable. You should join us, Rock Golem.
I hate sand. It's coarse and rough, and yeah, we get it.
Wait, why does the sand make him explode, though?
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Because
That's why.
he's super heavy.
I like how the sign just
Yeah.
Yep.
glitch. That didn't
Kinda.
happen when I did that.
Sonic, I think the heroin's starting to kick in.
Only now? Time for the only actually bad level in the game.
You know what always kind of bugged me about this transition? Like, they could have had Sonic turn toward the door like he does at the end of Launch Base before fading away. It would have looked more organic, but they just didn't think to do that. I don't get why. But yeah, Sonic 3 Air also has an option to turn off the ghosts in this act, so...
I
What?
honestly...
the ghosts are never the problem in this
I
stage.
think
Yeah, I know.
That,
It's like,
that,
why?
That kind of... That's the most interesting thing about the level, and it provides the most tension. The stuff
Yeah,
that
I
I don't
know.
like about this act is
It's
like the
just
having to
often
push the
switch
thing,
pushing,
push
yeah.
the button, hold on to the
you
hold
know
on to
what?
the thing. It just breaks the pace.
You know what? It occurs to me they might have given you the option to turn off the ghosts specifically for Knuckles, because, like... Damn.
I mean, I get the idea of turning things off for like an easy mode,
Well-
sure.
well, it's
but
because-
it's like they're
it's because
as much as part of the design. as
Knuckles
everything
starts this level in the dark with the ghosts already released from the capsule, so
Yeah.
it's a bit
special
rough. That's like the one.
else. Yeah, but Knuckles is supposed to be the hard playthrough, though.
That's like the one easy special ring in Sandopolis Act 2, and of course I missed it because I went in an entirely different direction.
Well, you really can't get it unless you're Tails or you have the electric thing. Because
I mean, Knuckles can get it too, but
Yeah.
But like you need to be able to double jump in order to get it. So it's not
Yeah,
like
and
it's
I was
easy
playing
to
Sonic.
get.
I was playing Sonic 3 Air with the normal shield upgrade mode on, so getting the electric shield was a bit harder in most of the levels. It did provide an interesting challenge, though.
Does he speed up faster in the Sonic and Knuckles ones? Because it felt like you got faster.
No,
quicker.
It's always the same.
If you play the special stage, the Blue Sphere game or special stages a lot, you start to notice that the speed always picks up at a certain point in the music.
Yeah, I listen for an audio cue.
Yeah, which is like if you want to get more time at slow speed, push forward immediately when the blue sphere stage starts. There is a
yeah,
tactical
it's-
reason to do that. It's not just about impatience.
I want a special stage that takes advantage of that. Just put a red sphere right in front of your fucking face, like anticipating the player.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one of those in the 1 million or whatever. But also weird little speedrunning trick. If you're doing an all emeralds run of Sonic 3 Knuckles, save the middle one for last.
Speaking of like hideously unfair blue sphere stages, what about that special stage 8 that you can only access through sound test?
There's a special
Yeah.
stage 8.
Yes. It's
Now
like
Sonic
this-
can be hypersonic. If he just got
I'm
a
gonna-
planar, then he wouldn't have to deal with all of this.
I'm going to pull this up on Google and post it in Discord.
Okay,
SNK special
you know what?
stage
I'm gonna be that guy. I like the ghosts. Firstly, because they show up as little cute bedsheet ghosts.
No,
and then
I
when
don't
the
mind
lights
the- I
go
don't-
off. They get devil horns, and it's like, oh
No,
shit.
I
No,
I don't mind the ghost. It's just the constant switch pushing is my problem.
no, yeah. My problem with Sandopolis Act 2 is that it's fucking long and it's meandering. Like
Yeah.
it could be like 3 minutes shorter.
I'm trying to find the
Yeah,
layout
out
for
of
this.
this entire game, this is the only level I actually consider bad.
I don't know. I like the desert. I'm being devil's advocate here just to piss people off. I understand that, but
I like the
this
ghosts
aesthetic
myself.
reminds me a lot of Sonic Adventure 2, and I have a fondness for basically all of the pyramid
Oh, no,
stages in that game.
the aesthetic is totally fine. It's just level design wise.
Like I even
design
like Pyramid
itself,
Cave,
yeah.
and for some reason everybody doesn't like Pyramid Cave for some reason.
I like Pyramid
I like-
Cave more than Sandopolis Act 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I got this slightly wrong. There are two special stage 8s, one for Sonic 3, and one for Sonic and Knuckles, and they
So
both
that would make them special stages 8 and special stage 18,
9.
I think technically
17.
17.
I'm
No,
going
because it would
to-
be no,
15,
that's 8. No,
it'd be
it's 16. God, we're all we're all in our late 20s or early 30s, and none of us can do second grade.
I can
math.
tell you where all the special rings are in Sandopolis, but don't ask me to do basic fucking math, all right?
Oh shit! Is that like flash of light when you do the double jump?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, I can understand why that caused problems for people.
So
It's one
I'm
of those
going
things
to-
where it's weird considering it wouldn't be as big a deal if this was actually on our CRT. It would still be an issue, don't get me wrong, but the way CRTs work versus modern monitors work, it's more of an issue now than it was back
Don't
then.
play as
I
Hypersonic
have
in
a
the
question.
dark.
Like, why did you bother starting the sand when not only do you have Hypersonic, but you have Tails to airlift you?
I am trying to avoid using the flash because I don't want to flash the screen.
Well, yeah, I suppose the flash makes sense. Tails, though.
What? Oh, you're gonna make Sonic super hyper invincible, can jump 3 times as high and move instantly at max speed. But hey, buddy, can you airlift me up to this pathway? And then Tails is just looking at Sonic like he's the world's biggest dick on the planet. Like, bro.
Dude.
Sonic just touches Tails and he explodes.
Dude, we're being recorded. I can't go hypersonic now. But like, yeah, I went through this entire section without actually activating the sand because Tails can just airlift you through it. There is like always a chance of hitting like the spikes on the bottom of a moving platform or something, but you don't have to worry about that because it's always Tails who's going to take the hit for you.
Sonic, you're invincible. Sonic, you're invincible. Good job, buddy.
One of the special rings in this zone is actually like
Right at the end, yeah.
no, you actually passed it. There's this like long narrow passage that you can only get far enough up as Knuckles, I think, to get to the ring. Because I don't think even
Clement, I
Tails
knew
is
you were
flight.
acting more as Sonic in that little event thing that you just did. I thought you were just suffering from vertigo for a second.
I'm playing on top of a skyscraper.
You know, considering like the supersonic sprites and all, I can't help but think it would be more like I realize they're not going to take this liberty with a game that isn't like a fan game or something, but it would have been more appropriate for Supersonic as he's like falling down the slide if he like surfed down the slide instead of like panicking and falling down like normal.
That'd be cool.
This is there's a timer puzzle with a ring, and you're just gonna skip over it. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's on
don't
the
need
top
it.
path
I
here.
don't need it, so.
Yeah, he doesn't need it, but it's on the top right here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Tails, come back.
Push the switch for me, Tails. All right, now to
Just move it all the way to the right, Ryan.
Okay, time to instantly kill this boss. Boop. Music doesn't. Music. Musicless.
It's too bad because that's like one of the more epic feeling bosses in the game, I feel. Because
it's Death Egg Robot
Yeah.
in the sand.
like the size, the way it animates, and like the way you have to like make it vulnerable before you can hit it makes it a very imposing presence, even if like in terms of player technical action, it's not particularly challenging.